So I wanted to show you where have I used the direction pattern. So you can see this is a 3D model of a aircraft cabin. This is the internal section of the cabin, because generally what you find in the aircraft is a circular fuselage. But internally the cabin is designed in this way, and we have some structural members on the outside which is forming a circular shape. Clear? So I'll just hide the surface what I've created outside, and you can see that there are number of seats which are present in the model. Okay, and the objective of this particular model, the reason for creation of this model was to investigate the internal flow patterns in the aircraft cabin. Clear? So for investigating the internal flow, I needed to create a 3D model of the cabin. To reduce the computational cost, we have cut down the number of seats. We have just focused on the middle section. We have just focused on the 4 rows, each row corresponding 7 seats. Clear? In the arrangement of 2, 3, 2. So the bottom point over here is the utilization of pattern for creation of this multiple number of seats. So you can see in the model tree the number of commands what I've used, and you can see one thing over here, that the pattern command has been used to the maximum. The pattern, the mirror, like you can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11, 12 commands which are used for creating this particular geometry, and the 12 commands are the pattern commands and the remaining are mirror and extrusions. Clear? So I'll just show you what was the way we have used for creating this model, and I'll just go to extrude. So this was the first thing what we have done. I'll just take this little up so you can understand the procedure of utilization of pattern depending on the application what we are working with. So we can create a single seat and we can just pattern it. Okay, so I'll just edit the pattern. So you can see over here that I have created this set of seat over here. I'll just so in this group you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 extrusion. The 4 extrusion corresponds to the first 2 seats. Okay, and I've created those 2 seats. I've grouped them into one set, and I have patterned the group actually. So I've created 4 different seats in this direction. I've utilized the direction pattern. You can see over here I've selected the plane and I've directed them on the rear side. So similarly I have patterned them on the right hand side. You can see over here. Then we have patterned again. This pattern corresponds to, I wanted to add this particular feature over here. This was corresponding to the mouth and nose of the passenger. It's a little funny over here, but in order to save the computational time and all, we have not designed a human body actually. We have just assumed that the block over here represents a human who's breathing in and breathing out. So that was the reason this particular feature was created, and this particular feature was assigned as a mouth of the passenger. So you can see I've just patterned them as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I've created them using the extrude command. You can see the sketch over here. Clear? And this was extruded for a certain distance and it was patterned. Then again this was pattern on the right hand side using the direction pattern. And just remember one thing, for all the patterns which you're finding in this model, I've utilized only the direction pattern because that was enough for me, and it was not required for me to use any dimension pattern or any other pattern which are present. So in this way we have created the different features in a step-by-step procedure, and we have created the total geometry. So this is the basic use of direction pattern. It is one of the most important pattern when we are working with different geometries and all. Wherever we find a geometry that can be copied, just think about a pattern option, and after checking out the design, what way we can just copy it or pattern it. Most of the times direction pattern is feasible and required. And the next type of pattern is the axis pattern, which I will be showing you in the next video as well. So overall, the bottom point over here is that the direction pattern was used for creation of this particular cabin features, and I've utilized the direction pattern over here and created the cabin on which we have investigated the flow analysis. So I'll just go back to the next video and show you the different or the next type of pattern.